found some way to do it.
True.
You know, those are the people that end up making it, I think.
Nah, true, man. And hey, man, one of my favorite phrases: history favors the bold.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to be bold at attacking whatever it is you want to do. You got to be bold at just believing in whatever it is that you want to accomplish.
Chasing dreams, man.
Yeah, man. And if you keep at it, you will see it come to pass. You know. Yeah.
Dude, I want to talk to you about your orange guitar.
Okay.
What's the story behind that thing? Because it stands out like crazy.
Thank you, man.
Orange is like my favorite color.
That's mine too. Come on,
Yeah,
come on now.
So it stood out to me. I was like, all right.
I love that. Well, look, man. A lot of times things. Okay, let me see how I want to answer this. And I love that orange guitar. Orange is my favorite color, and I also know that orange, the energy that it ignites when you see the color orange.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wanted to give people. I wanted to give people, like, when you see it, you're like, you know, in the way my guy used the color and the paint, it was purposeful. Like, first mine was, I don't like when the musician first I'm always thinking about the musician too. I don't like when the musician gets washed out.
In the background, you mean?
In the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like musicians do a lot of work. Artists do a lot of work too. Like, not taking absolutely anything from the artist. And we're all artists on stage, but it's a lot of work that the musician goes into. A lot of, like, man, long hotel nights, whatever the case being, taken away from their families, or whether they stand up all night to learn a piece of music. Like, artists, like, I don't know if they really know, like, all of the strenuous work that goes into the musicians that's really preparing, because we don't want to mess up, we don't want to lose our jobs, et cetera, et cetera. So the color choice was because I know, like, if we're in a black space, and it was designed, you know, particularly to, like, nail some Blackpink shows, and oftentimes we'll be in the background or behind the screens or something like that. But I needed that light. When that light hit that guitar, you can be a mile away and you're gonna see it just sparkle at you, and then it's gonna grab you in. And then once you're grabbed in, now you're listening to me. Now when you're listening to me, now you're hearing what I got to say. Now you're in a whole little trance, you know what I'm saying? Of good energy and good vibes, you know. But the guitar was created because I was reaching out to a particular guitar company. I was like, hey man, I want a signature guitar. Like, I've been doing this and repping y'all and boosting y'all and with y'all for a long time. Like what's up? And they was just kind of like, oh, we can't. It was just give me a runaround. And
is that PRS? You want to say?
I can't say. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say, yeah. But it's disheartening as for somebody that's like, yo, like, it should be a give, take kind of thing. Like,
it should be mutual.
You know what I'm saying? Because for me, man, I really don't need another guitar. I think I'm at like number 52.
You got 52?
Yeah, man.
You can never have enough, right?
I think I got enough. Only reason why, because, like, those moments of like, yo, okay, I got to do a show this weekend. Which guitar do I want to use? You know?
Well, I think when you're sitting and looking at 50 of them,
that's a bit much, you know? So at the point now, I'm just like, yo, like, how can we build a different relationship? Like, I know how to get y'all's product in front of people, and then I got the DMs to prove that people are going to buy these guitars because XYZ, you know? So for me, man, I'm a rebel sometimes. So it was like, oh, I can't have one? Cool. Called up one of my buddies. Let's make me a guitar.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do? How do you want it to look? This is how I need it to look. This is what I want it to look like. This is what I need to feel like. Just went through everything with him. And shout out to Spencer Deaton, that's his name. He's local too.
Okay.
He's been my guitar tech here locally for like maybe say 7 years. Nice. And he was just working at Guitar Center at the time. He set up my first guitar. I was like, ooh, this feels like butter.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I would work with other techs from time to time, and it wasn't the same. So I just kept working with him. Excuse me. I kept working with him, and I saw he had a gift. So I was like, look, man, you're dope at what you do. Do you do anything outside of this, man? Like, maybe I can take you on the road with me or something. He was like, yeah, I got a family, so I can't leave, but I've been dabbling in making these guitars. So I was like, yo, I'm going to get you on the map then. Make me one.
And I'm interested, honestly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he makes amazing work, man. So it's definitely one of those showpieces that has now become like a collectible item for me. Like,
it's kind of like a signature thing for you too.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Ubiquitous with you. You know, I think of you. I think of that orange guitar. You know?
Oh, that's love, man. I appreciate that. Now I feel crazy for not always having it, you know, but it doesn't always fit in every situation, you know.
Yeah, you can't play like that's the thing about guitars, man. Like they all have their different vibe, right? You know, so they bring one to this show, bring another one to the other show.
And I think playing wise it fits, but color wise, because like for me, I'm an aesthetic person, so I need it to match, or I don't want it to be off putting for like the scenery of the set itself. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always thinking about those little things as a musician, especially with being in a part of Machine Gun Kelly band. It's just about finding like he loves that we are all our own individuals. But it's something about us all being cohesive as well in our individually.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how do you go about splitting up the guitar parts between all the three of y'all? Between you, Sophie, and MGK.
Well, it's easy. As you know, with recording parts, it's always like 100 guitar parts in records sometimes anyway. So just finding what doesn't work, you know, what doesn't translate, you know, finding out what does work. And for me, I'm a producer. We're all producers, but I take pride in producing as well. And for me, it's like, since I work with a lot of vocal artists and I do a lot of vocal producing, for me, it was about like, all right, let's set these guitar parts up like a harmony of vocals, because we're technically singing with our instrument. So like he might hold down the chunks, she might hold down the strums, and I might hold down like the color. And then when you put those things together, it's just like when you making a record. Like you got those three components, and it's like, oh, it's beautiful. So when we all know what's going on, it makes it easier. And then with Kel's having to sing and play, like our job is to take as much load off of him as possible. So yeah, we take pride in it. It makes it easy. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy and have fun being on stage with Sophie as like my sidekick on the Guitar World to accompany Kels. You know, it's real cool.
No, she's great, dude. I follow her